Hey guys, Luca here and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to give you a bunch of tips and it's going to be free, so no caps needed. So if you're a new player and you're scared of joining teams, don't be scared. Join a team. It's super useful and I'll show you why. First of all, as they complete quests, you'll make caps for free. And also these little cards here that have numbers on them, those are actual perks that are being shared from your teammates to you. And you should do the same. So you want to go into your perks here from your Pip-Boy and share one of your perks. I don't know what button it is for you, but for me on the PlayStation it's triangle, and I'm sharing this Escape Artist perk with my whole team. And if you see this icon here, that means that's the card that you're sharing, and this icon here means that someone else is sharing Science Master with the group. So I don't have Science Master, but because I'm in a team and one of the players decided to share their perks, they're sharing Science Master. So this is why it's a really good reason to join a team. Even though you're not doing anything with them, you'll get bonuses, you'll get caps, and you'll get more stuff just by being in a team. You don't even need to do anything with the team members. They also allow you to fast travel to them. So there's a lot of good ones that you could share, like Good Doggy is a perk that, you know, everybody on your team is gonna enjoy, because when they eat food, they're gonna, you know, fill up their food meter. Or you want to put this Fire in the Hole that gives you a line where you're throwing your grenade. So all of these perks are fun to share, and like choosing which one is also fun. Like maybe you want to give everybody a nice little weight reduction on their ammo. So it's always fun to go into your perks and decide which one of your perks you want to share. Now to share, you need charisma. You need at least 3 points for each perk point. So if you have 3 charisma, you can share any perk that costs 1. If you have 6 charisma or even 9 charisma, then you can share bigger perks that have 3. So I can't share any of these. I can only share level 1 perks because I only have 4 charisma. Another thing you want to do as a new player is take off pacifist mode. So this is basically your PvP. If you don't want other players to kill you on the map, put that on. And your depth of field, you want to put this kind of high, maybe after the word on or off on your crosshair. Somewhere around there is good. This is going to give you more peripheral vision. So especially if you're playing in first person, you're going to see more to the left and to the right. Now when you want to fast travel, it can be expensive for new players. So what I suggest is fast travel to free spots first that are closer to your destination, and that's going to make it cheaper. So Vault 76 is free, the Resort is free, the Rusty Pick is free, you have the Crater, that's free. You also have, I believe, Foundation, that's another free area. You also have Fort Atlas, that's the Brotherhood of Steel area. So all of that is free to travel. So if I'm really far, for example, and I want to go, let's say I want to go here to Salcombe's Joe or Gully Mine, it's going to cost me a lot. So if I click on this, it's 22 caps. But if I fast travel to Vault 76, which was free, it's going to cost me only 7 caps. So try to fast travel to a free location that's close. Also, when you're traveling, it might get dark, and you could put on your light on your Pip-Boy. It actually gives like a glow all around you. I don't know which button it is for PC, but you could check your options to see what button opens the light. But if you have a miner's hat and you equip the miner's hat, then you have this really cool flashlight looking light instead of that ugly green glow. And this one's pretty cool when exploring really dark buildings and stuff like that. Also, when you die, make sure to go back where you died and pick up your loot that you dropped. You might have dropped a few things, so when you die, go back and pick up your stuff. And speaking of picking up stuff, if you have a lot of bodies and you don't want to loot each one individually, you can press the transfer button or the loot all nearby corpses button on one of the corpses, and then it's going to show you everything that's on all the nearby corpses. So instead of going one by one, I can check this entire list of what all these that bad guys have, mostly ammo and guns and stuff like that. So that's gonna save you a lot of time instead of going for each individual body. Another thing, when you're equipping your armor, always look at your total armor that you're getting when you put something on. So this one's 39 electricity damage, and it has like 3 pluses on it, so this should go up when I actually equip this leather right arm, but it doesn't. It actually goes down when I equip it. And you're wondering, but why did it have all those pluses? So the thing with those pluses is not to always look at them, because what you're replacing might have a special ability like this one that grants me 35 energy resistance and damage resistance the higher my health. So if my health was almost at 0, then maybe the other armor is good. But this one, since my health is mostly at max, this is gonna go up because of that special ability. So always check your total amount when doing your armor. If you're going to a public event, which is on these maps here, you could join them. Even though they say easy, they won't be easy, especially for new players. And events do not start unless a player actually started the event. So do not be that beginner player that comes in and starts the event when no players have shown up. You can repair these, but just make sure that there's other players around before starting the event. Also, bus is a good hiding spot if you're fighting something incredibly hard and you want to get away from it. You can by going into a bus. Like this glowing level 60 Death Claw was way too hard for me, so I hid in a bus. Another thing, magazines and bobbleheads. These are very rare and hard to find, so when you do find them, keep them, and you can like store them and display them in your camp. You can put a magazine rack or a bobblehead rack. If you want to make caps pretty quickly, purified water is a good way to make caps. Selling like 100 of these can give you about 300 caps. So when you go to other players' camps, check if they have something that's making water and just take all their purified water and go sell it. Now, there are some towers that you can climb that's gonna reveal stuff on your map for going that high, kind of like in Assassin's Creed or Far Cry. When you go up one of these things, these like lookout points, make sure to look out onto the horizon when you're at the top, like so. And if it says survey area, just activate it, and it should update your map. So a bunch of stuff is going to appear on your map here at the top. It's just going to keep going and adding icons to your map. Now you can't fast travel to these icons because they're not blue, but once you discover them, once you go to them, they'll become blue and you can fast travel to them. A lot of these don't have any artwork underneath them, so you wouldn't even know they were there. Another good tip is going to other players' camps that have a lot of like cool things that you can play around with, and you can increase some of your specials. Like I increased my intelligence by 2 just by playing this little horse thing. You could increase charisma. There's all kinds of things that you can increase. If you have a bench press machine, you can increase your strength there. So whatever people are doing at their camp, if they have something that you can use, go there and use it. And speaking of camp, let's give you some tips on that. So if you want wood, you want to fast travel to the crater and then fast travel to Pickrit's Fort, which is just east of it. And once you're there, all you got to do is follow the white arrows to cabin number 2 on the right side of when you fast travel in. And in cabin number 2, there's a lot of wood. So you can click there. There's even wood inside the fireplace. There's a stack of wood over here as well. So for a new player, this is a good area to come and farm some wood. I know it's a little bit far, but I'm going to show you another area. When you come out of that house, it's not over yet. You want to go into the actual like big village here. And there's a lot more wood in here as well. So the first house here has like a little fireplace here. So we know there's going to be some wood in there. So just pick up that wood there. And if you come out of this house, there's going to be some wood in front of house number 5 here. And there's also the mother lode of wood. The jackpot of wood in the entire game is right over here. If you come here and there's no wood, it's because another player already showed up. But if you're lucky, you could come here and pick up all of this wood, and for one trip to this fort you can actually get up to 240 wood, even more if you actually go in the houses and pick up all the small ones. If it's too far, you can go to the lumber mill, which is right below Vault 76, and there's a bunch of wood here. So if you go to this like broken down shack on the right side of the mill, there's a bunch of wood on the floor as well. So just go around in here and pick up all the wood. There's some logs that you can pick up all around the building, even in the forest when you're traveling. Just if you see dropped logs on the floor like this or fallen trees, you can actually click on them and get the wood. And on the outside of the fence, there's this wood pile that you can harvest 2 or 3 times to get a bunch of wood. Behind that, there should be some logs on the floor as well. So the lumber mill does have a lot of wood all around it, and inside it a bunch of stim packs. Also, don't forget to put on contractor. If you're going to build your base, it's gonna cost you half the materials if you have that perk, so put on contractor. When you're building, if there's like rocks and trees in the way and you want to get rid of them, it's pretty easy. You just gotta put like a potato or a nut fruit or something on it, and it's just gonna get rid of it. So it makes it a bit cleaner. I know some of you people out there want to clear this up as much as I do, so it's not like Fallout 4 where you can trash everything. You know, that was a really good part of the camp there, but here you can do that. If you're doing a fence, sometimes it's going to say no, but if you turn off your toggle snapping, if you turn it off, then you can put things. If you can't, if it's red, just turn off the snapping and put the fence however you want. So make sure to always play with the toggle on and off of your fence. It's going to make it easier to build and get the shape that you actually want. Now for electricity in your camp, a little bit tricky for new players, but there's pylons on buildings that you build that you need to attach a wire to them, and then attach the wire to a generator like this one. This one's a big generator. It's a bit harder to get the plans for that one, but you might have plans for generators, the easier generators, the smaller ones, the easier ones to get. This generator gives me 100 electricity, so having one of these is really good. You press the attach wire on it and you bring your wire to whatever needs power. Like the sign here might need power, an entire building might need power, so you attach it to the building's electricity pylon, like that one up there. And like these neon signs, for example, you want to have one of these connectors next to it that's going to light it up. Just make sure that the connector has a wire attached to a generator. This pylon here, I put a wire and it goes all the way to that generator in the corner there, and it lights up these light bulbs. So think of it as an area effect. This pylon is lighting up all these lights underneath it because they're kind of close to it. Some things like the water purifier right here needs power on its own by itself, and if I go into building mode, I'm going to show you how much power it actually requires. Here it tells you it requires 8 of these power units, and this one creates 5, this one creates 3, so that makes 8. So I have 8 in total, and I attach them with a wire. So I have the 3 attached on one side, and I got the 5 attached on the other side. That makes 8. So this thing is fully powered and it's producing water. So that's how you power up stuff in your base. Now a lot of new players are also looking for plans for their base or recipes, and you can get those at the resort in the mall at the bottom. Every robot sells plans here, so you can go to the notes part of what they're selling, and there's plans there for antique lights, antique tables, all kinds of really cool stuff, resort tables. So there's a bunch of stuff that you can buy, even guns, plans for guns. If you go to a train station, they'll sell some. This guy in the kitchen sells recipes. So train stations and the mall has a good place for plans and recipes. Now, sometimes it's going to rain inside of the house, but that's because we're actually in a simulation from Robco. They actually, the only survivors of the war. So everybody else is in a simulation, and that's just a bug. Also, some police officers are actually raiders. You can check by checking underneath their hat there. If they're actually like shaved in a weird way, it's because they're actually raiders. So be careful when talking to cops out there. Join the channel, guys, if you're not already part of it. Like the video if you learned something. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will love you forever for doing so. Thanks for watching and supporting this humble little channel of mine. And I do it for you. I do it for you to learn, and I hope you did. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.